Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of Stars of Big Sky Country, the series that spotlights those at the high school, collegiate, or professional level that have made an impact right here in the 406. And today we go up to MSU Northern, that's right, Havre, Montana, where we talk to a Colstrip native. She is dominating the court with the MSU Northern Skylights. It is Canzas HisBadHorse. Welcome, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So a little bit of backstory. You and I met at last year's Frontier Conference tournament. I brought the show to a tournament. I didn't know how it was really going to work because there's so many games, there's so much happening any given day. And I said, you know what? Why don't I just do a player of the round? Once a full round concludes, then we'll see who had the best kind of, wow, jaw-dropping performance for that round, and then we'll talk to them. And you guys, you and Northern, man, you really raised some eyebrows that day. So you were one of the first players of the round for the fan show, and I know you're nursing an injury right now, but still, it was such a privilege and pleasure to see you play. And I hope that you rehab quickly and get back to normal because it certainly is fun to watch, and I know that the lights miss you. Did a little research here. You are, like I said, Colstrip grad, Lame Deer, Montana, to be specific. Your time there, second team, all conference, all state, and then state champs to top it all off. Then you went to Williston State College and you were first team there. And then with MSU Northern, you've most recently been second team, all conference. So let's go ahead and go back to high school. Colstrip and Lame Deer, Montana. What's growing up there like?
Um, Very community built, I would say. I loved being around my community and stuff. Colstrip's not too far away from my reservation. Um, and yeah, it's really two small towns, so I guess there's not too much going on besides hanging out with your friends and going to school and doing sports.
So how do you guys spend your free time out there?
Um, I kind of liked being home a lot. Uh, I lived on a ranch with my grandma, so kind of just being up there and working out or playing playing in the corrals, just kind of whatever.
You don't strike me as a homebody type, so how does basketball work its way into your life and about when?
I'd probably say my dad got me into sports around maybe when I was like 5 years old. Um, yeah, basketball has definitely brought out like a different side in me. From being such an introvert, I really came out of my shell these past couple years, I would say. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something about, whether it's when you're 5, 10, or even like, 15 late into high school, there's something that if you like sports, it's going to force you outside your comfort zone. Like if you're an introvert,
Yeah.
you're going to be an extrovert, or at least shades of it when it comes to playing time. So, how did that work? You were on a team that was state champs, small school, but you guys obviously had something working for you guys. So what was it like for you to get outside your comfort zone, break out of your shell, join a team, start enjoying a sport, and then work so well together that you guys take it all the way to the state title?
Yeah, so we met in I think when we were all sixth graders and we played pretty much on the same teams up until high school. Um and then we kind of got divided for a little bit just because some players, got better than others. And then we met, I'd say we all came back together probably my sophomore and junior year, but yeah, they really helped bring me out of my shell. And I was under coach Roxy Wilson, who is now the boys coach there. She kind of put down all of our fundamentals. She took us all to all summer camps, and so we got to bond a lot um, on and off the court during the summer, pretty much year round. So yeah, it was kind of leading up for a while.
At what point did you realize, hey, I like basketball and I'm actually pretty good at it, so I might be able to take this thing beyond high school and have it help pay for my education someday?
Probably not until my senior year of high school, till like
Really?
almost, yeah, till like the very end. I worked pretty hard uh all the time, but I never really thought that basketball would take me as far as it has now. I really liked track more than basketball, but yeah. yeah, I'd never really thought that it would do this much for me. So
Well, I mean, there's a lot of running in both, but I think with basketball, it stops once you make a basket. You're like, okay, okay, that sprint's over, so now we can kind of dial it back, switch to defense. Where with track, it's just you run and then you keep running and then you run some more.
yeah, it was pretty tiring, I'd say.
Well, what was it about track that you thought was going to be your sport then? Because I know a lot of people that love track. Don't get me wrong. Like I know that there's a love for that sport out there. I don't personally understand it because, like I said, it just seems like a lot of repetitive stuff. And it's you against yourself and other people. Where basketball, there's that camaraderie, that team sport aspect. So there's different things to like. But what was it for you specifically about track that attracted you to want to maybe pursue that further?
I was pretty good at high jump, I'd say, from my freshman to my senior year. My senior year, I actually won the state championship for that event. Um, and I can't remember I think in the beginning of the season, I hit 5'4" and kind of just stayed around there up until state. So I kind of thought that I could pursue it further if I kept working towards it, but it is a lot of stress on your body and stuff. And basketball did like offer more for me.
Yeah, I think when it comes for like scholarship talks, there's got to be just very different conversations for different sports. I mean, football I think probably sells itself. Hey, you love
Yeah.
playing football now. Let's do it at college. And then basketball is probably very similar, probably a very easy sell. They both, whatever sport you choose, will consume your life. But I know a lot of dual scholarship recipients that have done a sport plus track. Was that ever possibly an option for you?
Not at Williston, no, because they didn't have any type of track team or anything. I think they probably now might have something of that sort. And then Northern, they do have a track team, but it's only like running events. So
I
that'd
see.
probably be a lot too.
Okay. Well, so you decide on basketball. Who was it on the team that helped force you outside of your comfort zone the most?
Oh, I'd probably have to say my cousin Madison Bigback. Yeah, she pushed me out of my comfort zone a lot, and I think she could see my potential, so she was always kind of criticizing me in a good way. But yeah, she helped me out a lot.
It's always the cousins, man. Always,
Yeah.
always. All right, so you guys are crowned state champions, your second team all conference, and then all state, and so your time at Colstrip's winding down. When does Williston come into the picture, and do you get that phone call? Is that a phone call that your coach makes? Like, how does that work?
Um, yeah, so I didn't really have any looks, I'd say, up until the end of my senior season. And the assistant coach at the time, Laramie Schwenke, she played here, actually. I can't remember when, but she was at the state championship and she watched me. And then she got in contact with the Williston coach, Bill Triplett, and he's pretty persistent. Um, and then I went on a visit there and I really liked it. And they were offering me a really nice scholarship. So yeah, he's a pretty good recruiter, Bill Triplett.
It helps, right?
Yeah.
So, what was it? Were there any other schools in the picture? Like, were you deciding between Williston and A, B, or even C?
Um, I'd say Williston was definitely my top pick. It was kind of stressful trying to pick a college to go to for the next 2 years, but I'd probably say either them or I think it was Dawson Community College.
So, what sealed it for Williston then?
Um, the campus is really nice. They have a really nice gym and everything is so compact. The dorms are here. The gym is like not even like a minute walk to in between each other. So yeah, I really liked how close it was and it wasn't too far from home. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah, being out at Colstrip, I don't think a lot of people realize that you're close to the Dakota area, and so it's
Yeah.
it's you might be closer to another state than you are to another city in some places in
Yeah.
Montana. But obviously, you did some time there. First team All State or All Conference for Williston, and then now you're with the Skylights for Northern. So normally Northern's pretty good about recruiting right out of high school, but now all of a sudden, they're giving you a call. How does that transpire?
I think it was my JUCO coach at the time who was telling me about this place and then I came on a visit in April and I really liked the team dynamic. I met all the girls and I really liked Coach and how caring he was for all of us. He kind of attended to all my needs at the time and he was really nice. And I came on my visit with Becky Melcher too, so that helped out a lot.
Yeah, Chris, I've known him for a few years now, and every time I talk to him, he's always got the school and the team at the forefront of his mind. Like he wants to make sure that you guys are taken care of. How did, how do you kind of see beyond the pitch? Because that's ultimately what recruiters and coaches are doing. They're trying to pitch you to come to their school. So how do you see beyond the pitch to, hey, Chris actually cares about us as like people and players, and this could be a place that I call home for the rest of my collegiate career.
Just like the workouts he was giving, the practices that he was showing me kind of like the layouts. And obviously like it was a really good scholarship and they had a degree that I was interested in. And so yeah, school was kind of like the uh top of the rank for me. So yeah, they have a really nice integrated health science program that I could graduate with. And yeah.
Which leads me to the next question. So, what is the degree that you're ultimately hoping to obtain at the end, and what do you want to do with it?
So I'm in integrated health science. I'm not really too sure what I want to do with that degree just yet. It's kind of really broad. So yeah, kind of hoping to discover that more in the spring.
Do you have a minor that's like a backup plan kind of deal? That's what most minors are anyway.
Um, I'm not too sure. I think my minor is just English. Um, yeah, probably like a teacher of some sort. That's probably kind of my backup deal.
What did you see yourself doing in high school?
Mm, I don't know. I think I see myself being like a journalist because I really love to write. But I didn't know how far that could take me, and I knew I kind of wanted to be more in like the sports side of things and kind of always stay around sports.
Well, it is a lot of fun. It can be challenging, especially in today's, world of how we consume media and content and all that stuff. It can be very cutthroat, very ruthless. But if you have a passion for it, it's very rewarding. It's one of those jobs you kind of get to go to and not that you have to go to.
Yeah.
But I remember I became friends with Noah Friedman up there, who would be on the radio calls for Havre and stuff. And when I was at the first round of the Frontier Conference, he's just like, "Yeah, Kansas is bad horse. That she's a stud. She's good." So you clearly got the attention of others around the area. Is it one of those things where you go out and about, and you recognize at the grocery stores and whatnot up there?
Yeah, every so often that'll happen, but
It's fun to be kind of local celebrity like that. Well, what's being a skylight to you? Like, what does it mean to play for MSU Northern in your time there?
I would say being a good person, um, kind of always like trying to check up on other people, um, like put the work in and day out. I never really thought of that question, I guess.
Still figuring out what you want to do post basketball. You're on the mend. You're going to rehab right now. How do the lights look without you, though? Like, how obviously you guys are a pretty solid team, but how has that shown itself, with you taking, I'm going to say, kind of captain's role from the bench, maybe even kind of impromptu coaching from game to game? Like, how has your role changed with the injury, and then how do they look through your eyes now with that role?
Any troubles they may have on the court if, if they're stuck. Um, but I mean, regardless of like our losses, I still think that they played very well. They definitely showed a lot of effort. Um, and they're kind of playing through a lot of um mental mental breaks, I guess you could say. Um, and a little bit of sickness too. So yeah, but I think they did very well um for me not, being able to be out there and not contribute. It was pretty hard being on the bench, but I knew that I kind of had to help in other ways than just um, be sad and I guess about my injury.
Has it been more or less what you expected as far as, being there in the supportive role that you have been, as far as, giving them critique or advice or just kind of an evaluation at the end of practices or games?
Yeah, it's been a little bit more than I thought. My coach was having, yeah, my coach was having me and my other teammate who's out, Maddie Williamson, coach during practice or like call plays that he would think are winning plays and what does he think that we see that he doesn't, just kind of always trying to keep us on our toes and keep us engaged even whenever we can't be on the floor with him.
Gotcha. Well, I know that a lot of coaches are teachers as well. So if that's something that you decide to fall back on the teaching aspect, I think coaching would definitely be in your future. You have to have, there's got to be a passion for it. It's got to
Yeah.
be one of those things that you enjoy doing. But I don't want to get too far off the basketball topic because I know that people, when they think going pro, they think, oh, it's this road that's just so far off the path that I'm on, like it's not even conceivable. But you look at the WNBA and how much of a
Hmm.
rise that's been on lately, and the road may not be as difficult as other professional sports, but with the success of Caitlin Clark lately, I don't know. Has there been more talk? Have you given any more thought, or do you know anybody in women's basketball circles around the state that's thought possibly, hey, pro is maybe an option?
Yeah, so they do have quite a few, I'd say, overseas combines going on throughout the states. I actually got invited to one down in Phoenix, Arizona, so I could go showcase down there. Becky was also kind of thinking about that too. So it's not too far out of reach. I guess it's just more of the pursuing it and really thinking about if you can handle being so far away from home and yeah, just trying to get a contract, a good contract.
What's the furthest you've ever been away from home?
Oh gosh. Probably when I do AAU. But that wasn't even very far in itself because I've never been out of country before. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I there was a junior high teacher that I was very fond of back in the day, who gave me some great advice. I wanted to go be a teacher as well. When I graduated, went to college, I wanted to go teach music, love music and everything about it. And I said, yeah, this seems like the path for me. And then I ended up getting in my first garage band, and I loved that way more. And so I went and I talked to him and I said, hey, so I was on this path. I had it all figured out. I was going to go and do this. But now I'm doing this and it's a lot of fun. And he just goes, oh man, you're in a band. He's like, I will tell you this right now. Playing in a band, the tours we went on, the gigs we played were some of the best days of my life. And he's like, I wouldn't trade teaching for the world, but you can always come back and teach. You can't always go out and have those moments. So it was something that really stuck with me. I try to encourage people however I can that if they're even thinking about, trying something, while they can to do it because there's the only regret that you can have is what if, and you
Hmm.
don't do it. So I think if that's something that you can stomach it being far away from home, you want to go to one of those combines, absolutely do it. And I get to say, hey, I knew her when she was MSU Northern Skylight, and that would be pretty awesome. So
Yeah.
I hope that you rehab quickly and we get to see you back on the court soon. Well, then let's go ahead and talk some of the fun stuff here. So we've got some, lightning round questions, if you want to call it that. Are you superstitious?
Yes.
What is your superstition?
Um, I'd probably say that I have to have my hair in some type of braid every game or drink the same energy drink.
What's your energy drink of choice?
Recently it's been the Rain and it's a white gummy flavor and it's in a black can. Yeah. I don't know what kind of got me to drink that, but it's just the same one every game.
So which one works better, the hair and the braid, the gummy energy drink, or is it a combination of both? Have you even tried both?
Yeah, I try to do both every single game.
Oh, when did you discover that this was something that you needed to do every game, especially the hair braid? That seems like something that would have to be a trial and error thing or something that somebody would notice that's not you.
Yeah. I guess if I had a good game and if I try to remember my routine from before and I guess I just stick with that routine from then on out.
Do you have a playlist?
Yes, I do.
What's the no skip song on the playlist?
Probably, I'd say Half Crazy by Music Soul Child. It's a pretty calm song. I don't really like listening to loud music before a game.
Oh yeah, the energy drink probably takes care of that portion of
Yeah.
things. You balance yourself out. Calm music, energy drink. Okay, and we're there. All right, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
How much has your pregame ritual changed from high school to MSU Northern?
Definitely a lot. I don't think I had a pregame ritual in high school. I can't remember if I did or not, but now my routine's pretty much the same all throughout the day. Yeah.
Okay. How did growing up in Colstrip specifically, or you can even say Montana as a whole, how did it shape you into the person that you are today?
I would say pretty humble. I mean, coming from a small town, you're not really seen by many people, I would say. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty family oriented, and I'm pretty driven as well. So I kind of think that my community and my family shaped me that way.
Was there any culture shock for you going from Montana to Williston?
Yeah, a little bit. Um, I'd say probably more on the basketball side. It was a lot more fast than I anticipated. Um, but I got used to it, and there's definitely a lot more people out there. We're coming from a small town, you don't really see many different type of people, you know. But yeah, it was a pretty fun experience at Wilson.
What was the biggest difference as far as people go that you noticed right away?
Definitely foreigners. I've never met people from out of country, and so hearing their different accents and like how they grew up and stuff, it's a lot different compared to like America or even I guess like in Lame Deer on my reservations. Some are similar, but it's a lot different.
If somebody was debating going to Colstrip for high school to play basketball, how would you sell them on it?
I'd say hardworking. You kind of have to want it, be motivated, um, and like I feel like Colstrip's been uh such a winning program, at least from my years down. Um, yeah, I mean, you'd get a lot better definitely if you were to go to Colstrip.
What is one thing about your culture, your family, your history that you have always wanted to carry with you no matter where you go or where life takes you?
Um, I'd say definitely praying and just keeping my family in mind all the time, that they're always proud of me and that they're always there for me.
What's been the type of adversity that you've had to overcome as a player? Because obviously sports were male dominant for so long, but you coming from small town, even though you were state champion, still small town school, and you go to JUCO, and now you're in, the Frontier Conference, but you're making a name for yourself as Kansas HisBadHorse. What was the adversity side of the journey like for you?
I would probably say just wanting to be home all the time. Um, I have a lot of siblings under me, and so trying to better myself to be better for them eventually and come back home and help them if they want to play basketball or do whatever sport they want to do. Just to kind of show that that they can do it and that I'm here for them. Also for like my community as well, because I think there isn't too many basketball players out there that are from the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. And so I kind of just want to be a role model and I guess just an advocate for anybody that comes from my community.
What did they think of you, your siblings?
Um, well, my little brother thinks that, he is just way better than me in all different types of aspects,
They always do.
which is just crazy because I can just beat him one on one all the time. But my little sisters look up to me a lot. They come to me for a lot of advice, which is nice. Um, but yeah, I send them workouts whenever I can, or if I'm home, I take them to the gym. Just kind of always trying to be there for them, even when I can't.
Has there ever been consideration or talks about, it's not the biggest platform out there, but obviously collegiate sports, you do have some manner of platform and doing anything with that for the kids that come from the Cheyenne res or just any reservation in Montana?
Yeah, I'm definitely open to talking to any player from, I guess, any community, if they ever wanted to reach out and ask me questions about how I got to where I got, or I could even, talk to coaches, run different types of camps, and yeah, I guess just try to help out as much as I can.
All right, so locker room, who's got the messiest locker in there?
Ooh, I wouldn't say messy, but probably maybe Becky because she has a lot of shoes. I remember she had a lot of shoes. Yeah, that girl has a lot of different types of shoes.
Are they just like I got my practice shoes, I got my game shoes, I got my home game shoes, away game shoes, and then like my every or like what is it just she brings all the shoes because she doesn't know what might happen after a practice or a game.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, but yeah, she just has different types of shoes all the time.
What's a fun or random fact about you that most people don't know?
Um, I would say that maybe that I'm actually pretty funny, I guess if you get to know me. Because I'm usually pretty quiet, but my friends kind of know me on a better side.
What's life like in Havre for people that have never been there? How would you describe it?
Very small. There's not too much to do here, but I mean, me and my friends just kind of make do and make the most of pretty much anything you throw at us. We're always kind of having a lot of fun all the time.
I'm going to assume that the team has some superstitions there. Is anybody had a superstition on the team that's made you go, okay, that's different?
Mm, I can't think of too many superstitions. Kind of, I guess, just more like of a routine. People have their routine and kind of stick to that same routine every single time.
Who's your favorite person on the team to travel with?
I'd probably say my other senior guard, Lauren Gunn. She's really funny person and she makes the trips worth going on.
When you guys travel, what's the one place that you look forward to going to the most, whether it's their field house or the gym that you play in, or it's a food stop that's there, or just something about that town?
Personally, I would say Billings, just because Billings, I've been there so many times and it's pretty close to home and they have a lot of different types of food spots. Nothing like we have in Havre or Great Falls, just because they also have a lot of different types of food.
What's the must go to place in Billings then for you?
I'd probably say this. It's like an Asian fusion type of place. It's called Samurai. It's really good. But I go there every single time I go to Billings.
I appreciate that answer. I know that's a weird question to appreciate an answer, but when I was talking with Aiden Graves, I asked him the same question. And he's just like, oh, Panda Express. And I was like, what? And he's like, I know they're all over the place, but we didn't have them in Sydney. So whenever there's a Panda, I go. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
just so random. Is there a spot in Colstrip that's like that spot where it's like, hey, if you're gonna experience Colstrip's finest dining, you got to go here?
Hmm. I'd probably say this place called Philippine Cuisine. I mean, I really uh liked it growing up in Colstrip. It's yeah, it's really good. It's a really good spot.
Philippine cuisine in Colstrip, Montana. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a landmark in Colstrip that is Colstrip's and theirs alone?
Probably the smokestacks. They're pretty huge. Our power plant there can't, I guess you can kind of see it from miles and miles away.
What was a perfect weekend like for you growing up in Colstrip and Cheyenne area?
Um, I'd say probably being home, being with my family, going to the gym, just relaxing. It's nice to go home and relax once in a while.
I don't know how you relax with so many siblings. I figured you'd been like, when I can get away from all of that and be by
Yeah,
myself.
I know.
Who's your favorite sibling?
Ooh, I don't know if I can say that on camera. They might be
I
mad at me.
was trying to get you on a quick one there. Okay, fair enough. Good. That was a test and you passed. Awesome. What's going to be the one thing that you take away from your basketball career if this is the last time, that you step onto the court?
Probably the memories with my teammates. They have made this year pretty unforgettable. Yeah, I'm gonna miss my teammates a lot.
Is there a victory or even a game, win or lose, that stands out to you above the rest?
Mm, I'd say probably from last year when we won our first round in the tournament, just because it wasn't really like we weren't projected to win, our first round. We worked really hard towards that. So yeah, that was a pretty big moment for me and for my team, and it was pretty awesome to celebrate.
And the belt helps,
Yeah, that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, the tournaments are always fun, just because you never know. Last
Yeah,
year's tournament was really fun to watch. There were some great moments, some great games, and so I'm curious to see how this one goes this year in Butte. But I mean, what have you told the girls as far as getting ready for the tournament? Like, what's something that the underclassmen tend to overlook, as far as game preparation, tournament preparation, because it's not one game, it's
yeah.
several.
Um, I'd say pretty much that anything could happen. I mean, even from last year. And then we have to, stick to our game plans, prepare, take everything a little bit more seriously than we did um in the regular season. Um, yeah, just that anything can happen and that, never doubt yourself.
What does it mean to be Montana tough?
Oh, um, I'd probably have to say just never give up and just keep working hard and that, I feel like it's probably never enough um to just stay in one spot and just keep pushing yourself constantly.
What is the one downside of college sports? What's the one thing you won't miss?
Probably not being able to see my family sometimes. That was pretty hard. But yeah, after I definitely enjoy being home for Christmas for more than 5 days or even 4.
Where do you see yourself once you've got your degree and have more of a plan? Like, is there a place that you want to go that you've never been before, or is it back home to the Colstrip area, or where do you see yourself?
Well, I definitely want to hopefully be playing overseas and I guess just kind of explore different countries and really explore the world and see where how far basketball can take me.
What's the one country that you have to go to, you have to check out?
Um, I'd probably say I mean I've never been anywhere, but Spain sounds pretty intriguing.
Yes, and Spain actually surprisingly has a really good basketball program over there. Like, there's a lot that come from Spain area, so yeah, it's a solid choice. Well, I don't know if it's an option for you. I do know a lot of people that they somehow finagle their way to getting one more year of play at college. Is that anything that's been discussed yet for you and coming back for one more year with the lights?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I could come back here, but there has been a little bit of talk about possibly having to go to a different level of NCAA to try and get that extra year, but I'm not sure how all of that works, and that's kind of something I was kind of gonna worry about more towards after the season's over and see if I could try to get that year.
Well, I certainly hope for more of Canzas HisBadHorse out on the court. Like I said, so fun to watch you play. It's been great getting to know you over the last year. That performance at the Frontier Conference first round was one of my favorites. So I definitely appreciate all that you've done for the state of Montana and, Colstrip and beyond. But the last thing that we do here, we like to end these with a little bit of advice, Zen wisdom, or anything to those watching that you want to give us that's straight from Canzas HisBadHorse.
I'd have to say probably just never give up. Um, Keep working towards like any of your goals that you set for yourself. Um, because you never know how far anything could take you. I mean, I never thought basketball would take me as far as it did. So I just kept working towards, my goals, and it has taken me and has had me meet a lot of people and given me a lot of opportunities that I just probably would have never had if I never stuck with playing basketball after high school.
I like it. Well, one thing I forgot to ask, I'm curious about now. I honestly don't know. Did you have a favorite basketball player during like once basketball finally kind of came into focus as your sport?
Yeah, I would say I always admired Aaliyah Boston.
Okay,
Yeah,
solid
yeah,
choice.
yeah.
All right, well, I will let you get back to healing up and rehabbing, and like I said, I hope it's a speedy road to recovery because they miss you out there on the courts. I know we do as well. But thank you so much for your time. It's been great getting to sit down and talk to you and get to know a little bit more about Kansas.
Thank you so much.
All right, so until the next episode of Stars of Big Sky Country, once again, we are the series that spotlights those at the high school, collegiate, or professional level, making an impact right here in the 406. So, for Kansas His Bad Horse, I am, as always, the team man, Richard Teeman, and until next time, you can catch us among the stars of Big Sky Country. We'll see you then.